Hey, nobody's out there. I'm just droning on. You shouldn't listen to this. All right, now I can say what I want. Dude, you're supposed to have a kid. You know they say that thing when somebody walks their dog. I'll be walking my dog, or my dad will walk his dog sometimes, and some lady will say, "Who's walking who?" Meaning the dog is kind of like giving the guy a reason to like walk around. That's kind of how it is, I think, for older people. It's um, just having a kid just gives you a reason to do stuff. And so I wonder just if having a kid to some degree is kind of like a selfish act. It's like, I don't care if you want to be born or not, kid. I need a reason to like do shit for like the next 40 years. And it does seem like, I don't know, what am I trying to say? I don't know quite what I'm talking about, but there's an idea like I was reading about physics yesterday, and it said that something is going to stay at rest unless acted upon by an outside force. And it really does seem like the kid is kind of like that outside force, just like a dog kind of walking its master. It gives you a reason to do all that hubbub. Like if I look at my brother and just other people who are my age, if they have a kid, they have a reason to like do shit. It's like an otherwise dead person is just like, they're like, I gotta do it for my kid. And so everybody I know who's kind of, at least in this neighborhood, if they're fired up, I don't actually. There's a gay lady next door who's kind of an exception. I don't know. I take it back. Maybe everything I'm saying is bullshit. What do I know? I'm too isolated to really. Anyway, I'm just gonna make this video to get myself to think about shit because the sun is going down and I can't. I have nothing else to do. I should stop this tomorrow as soon as I can. I gotta throw up. I gotta throw up these chips. I'm just gonna throw up these chips, drink more water, and try to think some stuff because I've listened to Joe Rogan so many times. I don't want to hear Joe Rogan tonight. All right, what was I saying? If before I die, if they come out with this like artificial intelligence that can take what you describe and make it into some sort of visual movie, if they can come out with that in the next 5 years, maybe I'll have something to do. That's like the only thing I can think of where I'm like, what the fuck am I gonna do into the future? I guess I can just keep doing this video making. If somebody wants me just to watch me be like some pathetic loser, boy, I can like do that more and more. I was thinking about like trying to learn to code this morning, and I was just watching this video on coding. I was like, I cannot. I feel like there's no way I'm gonna learn that shit. It's so boring. It's just. Anyway, maybe I can do it. I'll try again to learn to code tomorrow. What was I saying? I was saying that like, I don't know. I'm so out of it. I feel really depressed and demotivated. What was I saying? Just I was gonna say that like, when they have that artificial intelligence thing, I'm gonna try to. I want to come up with some story about like a guy in like an IT environment or something like that. Like a guy in a some sort of tech environment or some old male environment. This is something I knew a lot about from my youth, and I bet you it would resonate with like other IT people or just men in some sort of like mostly male environment. Maybe like a jiu-jitsu gym, IT company, the bottom of like a submarine or something like that. But this would make like a good story that I think my brother would like this. Anyway, the story that I got so far is basically like some sort of like semi-gay guy, just basically like a weak guy who's like in some old male environment, and he's in a clingy way. He's coming up to some sort of like, there's like the lead guy. There's like the lead guy who's not the manager, but he's like the lead, and he has like a wife. He has like a picture of his wife on his desk, and then there's this like flimsy like weak guy. And he's like not gay, but he's kind of like he has like a skinny little wrist, like me basically when I was in my 20s. And he's coming up to the lead guy and he's going like, "Can you help me? Can you show me the little thing? I don't understand how to do it. You're always so good you're always so good with a crisis and stuff like that." And the lead guy sort of like won't make eye contact with him. And he's like, "Yeah, Jimmy, I'll help, just hang in there." And the guy is like, the lead guy is clearly like a man with like kids and stuff, and he can like keep it together. And this skinny guy is basically like doing some like semi-gay stuff. He's like battering his eyelashes, like he's doing some weird like come on gay stuff, but he doesn't know that he's doing it. He's just doing it for some sort of like creepy survival thing. He's like, I don't know, some guy in like his 20s or 30s, and he's like this creepy sort of like he's not officially gay, but he's doing some sort of like survival, like trying to be cute, battering his eyelashes. Maybe his kind of like curling his leg and sort of like putting his hand on the book with his like elegant hand or something like that. And the lead guy's like, yeah, yeah, and he's trying to ignore all these like clearly like little gay things that he's doing. And he's like, yeah, yeah, just on book page 9 7B. It says right there, hang in there, like you can get through this, like. Here's the little thing, and the guy says, "I just don't know. You're always so good in a crisis." And uh, and then the manager, there's like a fat manager who looks at the guy kind of falling apart. There's like a skinny falling apart, effeminate guy doing some like semi-gay stuff to the lead guy, and the lead guy has like a picture of a wife and kids like on his desk, or maybe it's in his wallet or something like that, and he won't make eye contact with the weak guy, and he's just like, no, just we it'll be fine. Like we'll just I'll show you how to. It's just right in the manual here. And the guy's like, oh, thank you, Jimmy. You're always so good. And then the manager kind of looks over and he's like, God damn it. He's that guy's fagging out. He's fagging out. He's doing some desperate, clingy gay shit. And then the lead guy like kind of notices the manager and he tries to like help. And deep down, the lead guy is like, he really hates the weak guy for just kind of like fagging out, but they kind of like roll their eyes and they forgive the weak guy because they realize the weak guy doesn't even really know that he's doing that. The weak guy doesn't even know that at some deep animalistic level he's not man enough. He's like genetically weak and just like basically almost gay but not quite. And in like caveman days, he would be like offering to suck the dick of the lead guy because he's like a man and he can like keep things together and handle the stresses of life, and that's why he's like a lead guy. And so he's like, come on, like it's fine, we'll do this thing anyway. But the lead guy won't make eye contact with the falling apart like almost gay guy, and the almost gay guy is just, oh, thank you. And I swear, like some version of that happens in like lots of tech environments. I think if I told this to my brother would kind of be like, I know what you're talking about. I know that, like, I bet you this happens like so many times. I bet you my brother's kind of like, if you really thought about it, he could remember sometimes when he was like a newbie in the place and he was really desperate and he was kind of clinging onto some guy who had his shit together. He was like the lead guy, the leader or whatever. The lead like person who had like a house and kids, and he's like, oh yeah, what's wrong, Ryan? And Ryan's kind of like doing some sort of thing, and the guy's helping Ryan, and when he's helping Ryan, I'm just imagining, Ryan sort of was unconsciously doing some sort of like battering his eyelashes when he was in his 20s or something like that, battering his eyelashes. And then the guy said, I'm gonna pretend I didn't see that. He's gonna be like, yeah, Ryan, like just hang in there, we'll get through this. And then I bet you now that my brother has like a managerial position, he probably has had like a few sort of new IT guys who are like, they might get fired, they don't know if they're going to be able to do a job, and they're kind of desperately going like, help, I don't know how to do the thing. And my brother's like, oh yeah, no problem, like we'll handle it, like we'll get you through this. And the guy goes, oh, like thank you, you're so nice to me. Or so he's doing some like semi-gay stuff. And what's my point? It would make a great little story that I think would resonate with lots of all male environments of all kinds. Like, so it should either be like taking place on like a submarine, or at like an IT company, or like a jiu-jitsu gym or something like that. I think that shit is just it's I don't know. I'll just say it sure was a thing in my life, and I didn't even notice I was doing it, but I would be doing it. I'd be in some environment and someone would say like, quit fagging out, you're doing some sort of like, quit like trying to have like a heart to heart with the guy that you're going to. It's like, help, I'm lost, can you help me with this thing? And the guy's like, oh, okay, but quit doing that faggot shit, you're creeping me out. It's really creepy. And I'm like, what? I don't even know I'm doing that. And then anyway, it's really disgusting. When you get to be 40 or something, that shit like wouldn't even really work. It wouldn't even work. But I think it would make a great little story. What is that? I don't know. I'm gonna go ahead and say that I didn't even really understand what that phenomenon was. But looking back at my stupid life, I'm pretty sure that there's there's men who are just basically, they don't have enough man stuff. They're too weak, and it's in everything. It's in their small little teeth. It's in their mouth. They have like almost gay stuff, but they're not gay. They're just like really weak. They're really weak. And back in like caveman days, they probably would have sucked some guy's dick or something like that just to survive or something like that. And it's in them. I don't really know. I could be wrong, but like I would imagine like a lot of gayness back in like primitive times was basically just that. It was like gay people who were too weak to survive on their own, let alone like thrive and take on a bitch. They couldn't take on a bitch. They couldn't like acquire resources and be like, dude, I'm fucking kicking ass in life. I got lots of money and I'm just oozing with money. Who wants to suck my dick, women? And then some woman goes, oh my god, you're so good at acquiring resources. I'll suck your dick. You're so strong and good at, I guess that's kind of life, right? And then there's just this weird, there's the good, the bad, and the ugly. Meaning that there's like the straight, the gay, but then there's like dudes like me who are like not gay, but basically like too weak to really make it. They were too weak, and so the whole life is just this pathetic procession of like, I'm a man, and people are like, no, you're not, you're too weak. And I'm like, oh. And then some gay guy's like, you're gay, and I'm like, I'm not gay. And you're just kind of stuck in this fucking stupid limbo thing of just weak, pathetic, craving pussy. But women are like, get off of me, you weakling. I'm like, what do I do? A lot of jerking off. Anyway, that's my story. I'll flesh it out later eventually. If they ever come out with some sort of ability to, if they have AI that can basically like make a visual screenplay. I don't want to do all the acting. Like I would act it out, but I'm too tired and old. But like I would love to do that. I would love to just be able to sit in a couch and just describe some script, some talking, and some sort of see the characters. If I could see the characters, I could say, no, make them a little fatter, or make the guy have like little skinny wrists, or make him sort of like have like eyeliner or something like that. And then I could see how it looks. I think I'd get like more ideas. Hopefully they'll have that before I'm dead. They'll have something where you can just sit in a couch in a beanbag chair or something like that, even on live stream at the same time, and just daydream, and then see your daydream come to life. Because I learned, nobody cares, but just record, I learned that I'm really more of a concrete thinker than an abstract thinker. What's an abstract thinker? I've been obsessed with this term, but basically abstract, if you have a high capacity for abstract thought, basically means that you can drum up various kinds of abstractions, basically meaning imagine things, and you can remember them long enough to drum up new imagined things and synthesize them, put them together, and imagine new things that happen. Like if I was going to do, like basically people who are good story writers, or people who are good mathematicians, or people who are good illustrators from imagination, they can do that, and I really can't do that. I need to, the reason I'm a sculptor really is because I'm fucking stupid. And basically I need to like have something to look at. And so stupid people like me, when they have the AI, rather than just dreaming up some story, like Quentin Tarantino, he probably dreams up some story and then he's able to sort of like remember the story and build on it. I can't do that. My brain just drops what I remember. I need to be able to see the thing and then get the idea based on what I see, which is basically what stupid people do. And so artificial intelligence, they might come up with some aids for stupid people in the future, and when they do, I'll have fun doing that shit. But until then, I'm just gonna eat chips and throw up, and then eat chips and throw up. Wait for these steroids to wear off.